Hello everyone, Rachel here. Yes, I have got clothes on. I thought I would do a quick live stream. I haven't actually done one for ages. But I really wanted to pay tribute today actually to Moira Bush because I have just come off a mentoring session with her. So this is her mentoring me, not me mentoring her. And it kind of was inspired by reading her book, which is The 8 Colours of Prosperity. And I actually reviewed the book and did a testimonial for her, but I kind of, you know, when you get a book to review and you kind of skim read it, but to actually get the real thing, I actually took it with me to Spain and reread it. And it's a really fascinating book about vibration and prosperity and energy, and a really fascinating weaving of this idea of different colours and different resonance, and also the shadow side of each of those colours. And so I read the book and I thought, do you know, I'm going to have a session with Moira because it's ages since she's been in the UK, and she's one of the Source Evolutionaries and a friend of mine, but she's been in Canada for the last 18 months or so. She kind of emigrated to Canada and hasn't been able to come back because of visa reasons, and I haven't been out there to see her yet, which I am definitely intending to do. And I just thought I'd really love to have a session with her because I was so inspired by reading this. And it's just a very, very fascinating area about what colours we're choosing, what colours we're choosing to wear, what colours we're choosing to put into our business logo, into our decor, and what is the resonance of those colours, and even our date of birth has a resonance and a colour. And so really getting interested in what our frequency is and how that translates into money. Now, a very interesting insight that she gave to me, because I realised that, okay, I'm going to get into detail here. My whole original business wealth and multi-millionaire kind of status and dragon fame and all the rest of it was all founded on the colour red. Red Letter Days was my business and everything was red. I was obsessed by the colour red. I had a red car and everything, you know, when we did the office, we had red furniture in the reception. And so I had a very red energy, and obviously that was before the days when I knew about colour, but of course red is absolutely the colour of money. It's the base chakra. It really is a masculine yang. It's kind of the most money colour in the whole spectrum, really. And if you go to China, you'll know that red and gold are the kind of symbols of money. So kind of bingo, it was right there on the money to put red so powerfully into that business. And if you look at most sectors, you will notice that the main players typically are blue and red. Or football teams as well, you know, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Virgin, that's their colour red, Vodafone. So if you look at every sector, typically you will find that the most successful player in that sector is red. HSBC is another example. So red is a very powerful colour. Now, the interesting thing for me is when Red Letter Days crashed, I became allergic to the colour red. And I would not have red anywhere. I don't have red in my house. My red car went. And I really don't choose red. It's really interesting that I've kind of gone right to the other end of the spectrum with purple, which is the colour of, you know, the third eye and the crown chakra. It's kind of way up in the high end of the spiritual end of the spectrum. So it's a really fascinating discussion. And interestingly, I wore kind of this colour magenta to the call, and Moira was explaining that actually magenta is the bridge between violet, which is this extreme spiritual end of the spectrum, and red, which is this very material realm end of the spectrum. That actually when you mix violet and red, you get magenta. This is very, very fascinating discussion about colour. So I really would suggest get hold of Moira's book here, 8 Colours of Prosperity. Really, really fascinating to understand about resonance and how that plays out in colour, because everything is a vibration, everything is energy. So when you start understanding what colours are you drawn to, what colours are you choosing, what colours are you surrounding yourself with, you can start to navigate what you're attracting into your life and kind of the messages you're sending the universe. And of course, just going back to money, money is very yang in this material realm. Money is a very yang concept. It's very masculine. It's all about life. It's all about heat. It's all about energy. And that's why the colours red and orange and yellow are really great yang colours to feed prosperity. However, they can lead to kind of burnout and excess and explosion and fire and war. It's kind of interesting that we're kind of seeing that those extremes playing out. So yes, Donald Trump and his red tie, the red tie man. So yeah, I'm not going to keep going, just to say, have a look. 8 Colours of Prosperity, just come out by Moira Bush. I think it's just published, or maybe this is a pre-publication copy. But she's well worth looking into. Moira's really, really one of the visionary evolutionaries, and very, very psychic, and an amazing person to have a session with. Actually, she can really see energetically what is going on in all situations. So just thought I would come on and say, get hold of this book, 8 Colours of Prosperity by Moira Bush. Okay, lots of love. Bye for now.